silver medal at a time of 49.52 from Grovedale College, Joshua Hergesat. And the blue medalist at a time of 49.35 from Geelong Grammar, Christian Davis. Congratulations to all boys and girls medalists tailed today. I'll hand you back over to Mitch in the commentary box. We'll start the distance of excellent time.
Thanks, Ross. Well done to our medalists once again. We're underway for the under-15 women's 1500, running through the field. Bianca Puglisi from Maribyrnong College, Saskia Lloyd from Wesley, Ella Stiles from Sacred Heart, Ebony Dodemaid from Westbourne, Genevieve O'Brien from McKinnon Secondary, Amy Canavan from Ballarat Grammar, Janae Mackerel from Karen Ballack, Isabel Collins from Sacre-Cœur, Remy Gibbs from Frankston High, Georgia Laven from Lilydale High School, Lucy Leutchford from Our Lady of Mercy, and Alyssa Ramsdale from Genazzano. So as they come through the first time, it is Genevieve O'Brien from McKinnon Secondary out in front of Remy Gibbs, the runner from Frankston High School. But they're pretty tightly bunched beyond that. No one making any decisive moves through the early stages of this race. So about 77 seconds through the first 400 metres there. So still a pretty respectable pace, although we might see that overall time start to slow a bit. As mentioned, some pretty nasty conditions. Some pretty nasty conditions down the back straight for our runners, so we might see them content to sit in and that pace just slip a fraction over the next lap or two before the big surge for home. But certainly very tightly bunched through the first lap and a half of this under-15 women's 1500 metres.
Just away from the track, the presentation is the under 20 men's 400s. Bronze medalist with a time of 54.01 from Fountain Gate Secondary, Lachlan Hell. The second place with a time of 52.24, receiving the silver medal from Scott College, Saxon Beal. And the gold medalist in 2016 All School champion with a time of 50.28 from McKinnon Secondary, Nick Rayson. That's a presentation for the under 20 men's 400.
So back to the track now, and 600 metres left to run for our under 15 women. Still really, really tightly bunched. This has turned into quite the tactical race. 2:43 the 800 metre split. So as mentioned, that pace slowing quite a bit as these athletes favouring a more tactical approach rather than an all-out assault. Probably not a bad idea in these conditions, but it's certainly going to suit the kickers as they come down with less than 500 metres to travel. So there's been a little bit of shuffling, but certainly any one of about 10 runners right in the mix at the moment. It is Georgia Laven out in front, Bianca Puglisi from Maribyrnong Secondary, and Ebony Dodemaid holding second and third respectively. And these three just starting to stretch the rest of the field as we see them move from what was a pretty tight bunch down that home stretch into the single file approach. So still it is Laven from Lilydale High out in front. She's really starting to stretch them now. These two have a break, Leyland and Puglisi. But we see the response coming from further back as the rest of this chase pack starts to get into their work over the final 200 metres. Georgia Laven looking pretty good. It's just a matter of whether she's gone a bit too soon, because there are some strong runners coming through with 120 metres left to travel. Bianca Puglisi's got her work cut out for her here if she wants to hang on to second place. She's certainly not going to reel in Georgia Laven, nor is anyone else for that matter. It's been a really well-timed run here from the runner from Lilydale High School. She's going to run out with a pretty dominant victory in the end. 4:55 on the clock, really tight for second and third in the end. A big charge from Amy Canavan and Janae Mackerel see them just edge out Bianca Puglisi, who was well positioned with 200 metres to travel, but she didn't quite have it in the legs over the final stages of that race. Once again, another really strong performance from our girls, and a particularly strong performance from Georgia Laver, now under 15 1500 metre champion.